Now it's time for I Challenge You 5Ds, the show that goes to show that power does not equal victory. This deck is strong. Perhaps I should have taken it a little bit more seriously. Grab a synchro and jump on your duel runner because it's time to open packs, build decks with our pulls, and send our bots into all new forms of mechanized melee. We're hitting the road running this season with wild new blessings, even tougher challenges, and a ban list made to hit the gas on this format. So without further ado, let's rev it up. And welcome back, kings, queens, and monarchs of every element. Last week, we got destroyed. Last week, I think the DM staples really made it to my head last week because we ran some pretty suspect stuff into arguably one of the best decks we've ever seen on I Challenge You in Reptillianne Yang Zing. We are coming back to conquer that Titan, and this time we don't have a calamity standing in our way. All we have are the blessings before us. Let's see what we can get before we open some pretty cool packs. Pretty much any of these would be a banger at this point. And we're starting off with, Mark of the Signer is a sick one. Mark of the Signer is a blessing that allows me to choose a extra deck monster from the sets we're opening today to add to our collection. And if there weren't any extra deck monsters that we could add to our collection or that we could summon, we could add any from previous episodes. This episode, if you know what we're opening, contains some pretty solid extra deck monsters, I'd say. Let's see what we open and we'll choose from there. God, that's a nuts one for this episode. But first, before we even determine if that's necessary for the things I'm thinking about, it's time to open Hidden Arsenal 3 and then Storm of Ragnarok. Now the wheels are turning in your head. Starting off with our first pack of Hidden Arsenal 3. This one was not generally considered a banger at the time, but for I Challenge You could be pretty good. Remember, we do have a Dragunity Vajrayana, which means that Dragunity monsters are very strong for us. Starting off with a Worm Yagen. I forgot that this is in 3 and not 4. The worm monsters are extremely strong. Next pack, we've got a lot of not much. This is also, that's bad. That's also bad. Fabled Cruise is cute if we do Fabled things, but there is no shot in hell I am allowing Borgerbot to touch Fabled. We've got ourselves a counter to water decks. I gotta remember Shock Troops of the Ice Barrier. This card is terrible, but it can search for itself. So this is like a recursive out to water monsters. That's very funny. Oh, there's a Fabled Leviathan. Huh. Ally of Justice Cycle Reader is sick, though. Why did they just took special care to make Ice Barrier monsters unplayable, right? So Caravan of the Ice Barrier says once per turn you can target 2 Ice Barrier monsters in your graveyard. Shuffle both into the deck. Okay, all right, we're starting off pretty strong. Then each player draws 1 card. They couldn't have just made that like the world's worst pot of avarice. I guess they did make it the world's worst pot of avarice. That's fair. Oh, there's a Dragunity Phalanx. Definitely want 3 of this and 3 ducks. If we can get 3 Phalanx, 3 ducks, we have a genuine deck on our hands. Too Dark of the Ice Barrier. Shout out to that 1 frog deck on the AI ladder. Oh, there's a Dragunity Knight Guy Bolg. Is that how it's pronounced? Gaelic. Yeah, this card's pretty good. Oh, and hey, look, a Jurrac Waiba. I didn't even notice the Jurrac Waiba. I was like analyzing the synchro monster when arguably the best card in the set, Jurrac Waiba, is right here. This card is going to be very good once we get to the Xyz era, and we can start really thinking about dinosaurs today. There's a Locomotion Arc Gen X, arguably the only good Gen X synchro in this area, and it's still not good. But that's a Worm Zex. That's a first Zex and a first Yagen we've got. We'd love to see the full playset. Hey, there's the Barkion. We love to see it. Oh, Tribus is actually a really solid card for the Dragunity archetype for Borgerbot because if it's normal or special summon, it sends a level 3 or lower dragon monster from your deck to the graveyard. And if we only include Phalanx in there, then that's as good as it gets. Worm ugly. I like how the worm archetype, well known for their conventional attractiveness, looked at one of the worms and were like, that's the ugly one. Hey, Fabled Ragin, another Fabled card we're not playing. Speaking of cards we're not playing, Samurai of the Ice Barrier. Oh, hey, God, I keep making bits instead of noticing the obviously decent cards in our pool. There's a Dragunity Legionnaire, just a very strong card. Ally of Justice Decisive Armor. A 10-star Synchro. We may actually be able to do something with that. Worm Tentacles. Hey, a second Gaibolg. A second Gwaiba and a second Legionnaire. We love to see it. And a third Yagen. Okay, I will take 3 Yagen. Dragunity Darkspear is also a pretty solid one. Gotta have a wind monster. What are we gonna summon? The Tricky? Hey, Jurrac Velfido. This is one of the big synchros for the deck. Gains attack and defense equal to the original attack of the synchro material monsters used for its synchro summon. Which can get real big if you're using a if you're using like a Gwaiba into, is it not Dino? The level 2 tuner that's got like 1200 attack. Anyway, this card can get big. If it attacks a face down defense position monster, you can destroy it without going to damage calculation. Not bad. Another 0. Come on, we need Dragunities, folks. Spinos is cute, but it doesn't really do... Oh god, it's awful. What the hell? All right, 10 packs. Please, please give me a few copies of Dragunity Ducks. Maybe even just 2. 2 copies of Dragunity Ducks, and I would be happy. Well, there's 1. We'll start with 1. I'll take 1. Another Phalanx, not bad. And there's our third Gwaiba. Okay. All right, we're getting there. Vindicate Argenix, but that is our third Legionnaire. Honestly, I will take a third Legionnaire. Naturia, and the 5th Yagen. We have 1 Zex. We got 5 Yagen. God damn it. No! I don't need a Jurrac Titano. Why can't this card be special summoned? Why did they need to make it bad? Hey, a second Ducks. You know what? I asked, I've received. I'm happy with that. We've got 2 Phalanx, 2 Ducks, 3 Legionnaire, and 3 Tribus. I think that's good enough. A second Barkion. Last pack of Hidden Arsenal 3. A 5th Legionnaire. God damn it. Okay, well, there are things that we can do with those pulls. I think that our Jurrac pool is looking pretty good. We've got our 3 Gwaiba. We've got a couple of our tuners. We got the double Ducks. We got the 3 Legionnaire. We got the 3 Tribus. I think that we can do something with that for sure. Yeah, let's move on to Storm of Ragnarok and we'll see what we can build. All right, it's time for Storm of Ragnarok. You know what I'm after in here. We're looking for some 6 samurai. It's time for Bushido. A famous thing that samurai do. This move. This move is what samurai do. Oh! Right off the bat, with legendary 6 Samurai Anishi. Once per turn during either player's turn, you can banish 2 6 Samurai monsters from your graveyard to target a face-up monster on the field. Return that target to the hand. It is a bounce. This card is very strong, including against the Yang Zing deck. Also a get big. 6-strike triple impact is going to be an interesting thing to experiment with. This is a very easy card for the bot to resolve. The question is it going to default to the first option or is it going to pick randomly? Garmer of the Nordic Beasts is also a hilarious card against Yang Zing. There's a Saizon. If we can get a payoff for Karakuri, that's really good. Oh, also Tiki Soul, Tiki Curse are a cool combination. Xingzhen Hu Replica is also a pretty cute backer removal card. Asceticism of the 6 Samurai. I like where this is going. Also, there's a Quick. Quick is probably the card that's going to make Karakuris worth to play on their own. Ooh, also Divine Wind of Mist Valley. We're opening Hidden Arsenal 4 next episode, or in 2 episodes, and this card becomes very good once we've got Birdman. Oh, Nordic Relic Leviathan is also a very solid card. It's not going to be useful against the Yang Zing deck, but very few things are. Worm King. Yo? Yo? Worms real? Worms real? Another Leviathan is great. Another Saison is good. Oh, and that's a hidden legendary 6 Samurai Shinai. We would love to see 3 copies of this and 3 Mizuo. Is that also a hidden 6 Samurai? No, it's Top Runner. Hell yeah. A second Worm King. Oh, the super rares we're getting in this one are stellar. That's also another 6 strike triple impact. So that's great to see. Ooh, and a Kagemusha of the 6 Samurai. Definitely needed one of those. Atomic Scrap Dragon. Oh, the worst for many reasons, but there's a Tiki Curse and a Mizuo. Okay, we now have a Shinai, we now have a Mizuo. There's a Valkyrie of the Nordic Ascendant. This card is a crucial card to summon Odin if that becomes relevant. A second Nishi? Okay, Lord, please just give me the rares and commons now. Second Tiki Curse is great. Karakuri Cash pretty cool. Another Nordic Relic is also great. Ah! Not a bad one. There's the Ghost Rare. This card looks sick in person, by the way. This card is a very cool Ghost Rare. That is summonable. We can summon this card. If we get Valkyrie, so if we were to run like Shining Angel for Valkyrie, and then if we Valkyrie, it can be done. It can be done for sure. God, I would absolutely run Gungnir if it didn't destroy a card on the field in general. Ooh, a second Kagemusha is great to see. We are about halfway through our packs. I have seen 2 Kagemusha. I've seen an Odin. We've also seen a good portion of the comments that we want. I want to see more Mizuo. I want to see more Shinai, and I'd like to see the rare 6 Samurai cards. Smoke Signal and Kageki. Those are the cards that I really feel like we're missing at this point. Hey, ask and you shall receive. There's Kageki, another Tiki Curse. That's our 3rd Tiki Curse to go with our 1 Tiki Soul so far, and a second Mizuo. Great stuff. A Hypa. This is an okay card. You know what? I'll take this card. If we're running like a Karakuri deck, this card's okay. More Gungnir. A 3rd Worm King. You know what the worst thing about Worm King is? This card will destroy itself. You contribute 1 reptile-type worm monster to select 1 card your opponent controls and destroy it. It's going to tribute itself. So even if we were to tribute summon it, it's just going to die. What a banger pack! Oh my goodness, there's legendary 6 Samurai Shien. Once per turn when your opponent activates a spell or trap card, you can negate the activation and destroy it. This is a spectacular payoff for the 6 Samurai. I'm not sure what our plan is for the blessing today. Maybe we just take a second Shien. I'm not against the concept of just taking a second Shien. Oh, there's a second Shinai. We have 2 Mizuo, we have 2 Shinai. That's great. 4 packs left. Would love to see another Kageki and or a Smoke Signal. I think that's the only thing I really feel like we're missing for the deck. Oh, the roller coaster of emotions I just went through opening this pack. I saw Mizuo, which is awesome. 3rd Mizuo is great. I saw Kageki, spectacular. I saw Lance, and I was like, only gets better. Except that Lance is unusable in I Challenge You. A 3rd Kageki? Oh, that's so good. Triple Kageki, triple Kagemusha, Shien, Odin, double, and Nishi. What have these pulls been? An asceticism. That's our second asceticism. If we can get to an elder next episode, we've got everything. And that's our 3rd Shinai. We have 3 Mizuo, 3 Shinai. These pulls have been the best I have ever seen out of Storm of Ragnarok. Last pack of a just stellar box. I was hoping for a Keyzon. Yeah, well, I can't complain. I mean, look at this pull. Odin, Xian. This is 3 ultimate rares, including the Xian. We've got 2 Anishi. We've got the Valkyrie, which means we can summon Odin. And then the rares and commons are everything I could have hoped for. I think I know what we choose for our Mark of the Signer, but let's give it an honorary once-over. Yeah, we'll take Burrito. I think that Xian is the better card for us, but unfortunately, it's only good for one deck, and Burrito could open us up to be able to play Karakuri, and I like Karakuris, so let's do it. All right, let's get to building. I have a feeling I know what deck we want to bring today. Just to remind you of what it is we are up against, this is Reptillianne Yang Zing by Lairon. This deck is goddamn phenomenal. It roasted us even when we were allowed to run DM staples last time. It's got everything. It's got floating. It's got big boss monsters. It's got synchro capability, and it's got an absolute ton of removal. It smoked basically everything we had available to us, but today we come equipped. Today we have spirit. Today we follow the way of Bushido. Today, it's Six Samurai time, and I'm excited about this deck. We did a lot of labbing with this deck. It is entirely untested, so I have no idea what's about to happen with it, but there are a few interesting pieces of theory here. Number 1, DNA transplant makes everything Earth, which means Ally of Justice Catastor is a basically unbeatable monster. It immediately destroys anything it battles with, and it gets in the way of a couple of Reptillianne's key cards. We also have a lot of destruction stopping between Guard Mines, Destruction Jammer, and My Body as a shield. It's going to be much more difficult for them to use their oodles of removal to take us out. We've also got a lot of battle tricks in here. We've got double Xian's Castle of Mist, triple the A forces, and triple Draining Shield in order to keep our life points high for the use of My Body as a shield. And the rest of it, we're just hoping the Six Samurais will take it away. In case you're wondering about the singles Shinai, this is the best level 3 we had left over. I have Spirit in the collection, but there are concerns in chat that Spirit is just going to equip itself randomly, and so I have given in and run the Shinai instead to give us some more level 3s to make sure that we can make the big guy himself legendary Six Samurai Xian. And then Atomic Scrap Dragon is there for moral support. Let's get this started. I think this deck can go the distance. Let's see if it thinks so too. I gave folks the chance to vote. Who would win, the samurai or the snakes? I almost made a really nerdy joke about it, having to do with a scientific phenomenon that nobody actually cares about. It looks like the votes are 3-2 in favor of samurai, and one of those 3, at least one, has voted with many, many points. I don't think we are going to disappoint them today. Borgerbot rarely disappoints. Let the games begin. All right, starting off with the dub and the rock, paper, scissors, let's see what Borgerbot has for us. Activating the A-Force is one of our premier cards and normal summoning Xian's Foot Soldier. This is a very silly looking play, but it actually gets us to some of our most powerful things. They're going to set many and pass. There's a Zanji, an incredible thing to open with, and they set a little guy the first time around. We get in for 1100, and they get to summon back their Nyami. Nyami was one of the premier cards that they had last time. There is a, the Beyond plus the destruction to the Zanji. Unfortunately, that means that we did not have a Six Samurai on the board to protect our Zanji with, but here's an Anishi. We're going to go to battle. We're going to take out the Sawani. We're going to attack into the Chiwen with the Foot Soldier. They're going to get out of Bishi. Now, that does mean that they do not have a threat against our monsters on the field currently. Coatl is a little bit of a problem. They summon Coral Dragon. Coral Dragon can take out the A forces. That's not ideal. Do we have the Draining Shield? No, we don't have the Draining Shield. Ooh, that's not good. We do not like to see not having the Draining Shield or the Black Horn of Heaven. We're going to attack over the Nyami, and we're going to switch our Foot Soldier to defense and pass the turn. Coral Dragon is going to take out the Foot Soldier. We take out the Coral Dragon. They Dark Bribe. No, that Dark Bribe is killing us. What do we have face down? Genuinely, what could those things be? We're going to set a monster, set a back row, and pass. They're going to draw for turn. It's DNA transplant time. Now, they can't summon Quaddle anymore, but I'm not sure that's going to make a huge difference. There's the Black Horn of Heaven. Shame we didn't have that before, and now this extremely simplified game state is real bad for us. We need to survive a couple of turns to get monsters onto the board, but they've got the Coral Dragon to take out the DNA transplant. They'll attack directly. The Draining Shield does give us a little bit of time to work with. What just happened? Why did Borgerbot take all that damage? What? Look at the Coral Dragon. We used... Oh, it's the Palau! The Palau's effect stopped it from being affected! No! Oh, no, that was terrible. We were doing so well for so long, and then it all got turned around by not having the right cards at the right time. But we'll have them game 2. All right, how are we starting off? It's Reinforcement of the Army. Reinforcement of the Army gets us Shinai. The worst target in the deck, but there's a Xian's Castle of Mist. There's the second Rhoda. Okay, there's Anishi. So Xian's Castle of Mist plus almost any one of our normal summons is extremely strong. Even if they have a Swanee on their opening turn, this Shinai will deal with it thanks to Xian's Castle of Mist. We can summon an Anishi, and now we have a pretty decent board out. We've got a Shinai and an Anishi, and both of them effectively have 500 extra attack, but only if the opponent attacks, which they're going to do. This could actually be very good. They're going to summon the Swanee, and we are in control of the board here. We draw for turn. Let's see what we got. We've got the A forces. Our guys are so big. They're so big. Widespread Ruin takes out the Anishi. Anishi doesn't have the protection effect, but that doesn't matter that much. Our guys are very strong. We've got two big guys. Zanji is especially good because it does destroy monsters that battle with it. That's great for us. There's the Quaddle. Quaddle is going to destroy the Bishi. They're going to go into Beyond. There's Yazi. Yazi crucially takes out the A forces instead of one of our 6 samurai monster, which means that our Zanji can still do its Zanji thing. They're going to go into Elder Entity Hastor, and they don't realize that what the hell just happened. I don't know what the hell just happened, but, oh, it was unaffected by the spell card. That's what happened. Zanji still managed to destroy it. We now once again have control of the board. That's a very tenuous state for this deck. There's Yang Zing creation. That means they are going to continuously get Yang Zings, but there's a Kageki. Kageki gains its attack. They're going to Chiwen. They're going to Chiwen. They're going to Yang Zing creation. They're going to summon out the Bishi, and they've used 2 of their Chiwen now. That does mean that their synchro summoning capability is significantly lesser. This is also a DNA transplant, which means that the Quaddle is going to be significantly less effective. There's the recoil. Recoil for Quaddle is still going to do its thing. They're going to summon out the Palau. They're going to summon into the Denglong, which gets the card whose name I don't remember, Black Horn of Heaven. And now the Xian's Castle of Mist is really starting to put in work. We draw for turn. Let's see what we can get. Can we get a Kagemusha? No. We are switching the Kageki to defense position for reasons. They're going to go for recoil. Recoil target the Bishi. Bishi summon Quaddle. Bishi's effect summon the Swanee. The Swanee still isn't going to do, but the Melusine, let's fucking go. God, I love this deck. There's the Yang Zing path. The Yang Zing path is going to draw them to. There's a Naga. They're going to summon Vasky. Oh no. Vasky is so good into this board. How did they manage to get it still? Okay. We will draw a level 2 tuner. Nyami, no, no, don't do that to us. No, wait, no. Oh, where are all of our destruction stops? Where are all of our destruction stops? We have so many of those in the deck. Oh, and the fact that that's not a destruction stop means that that Vasky is going to end the game. Xian's Foot Soldier is going to attack into the Nyami. They're going to get the Yang Zing creation out. They're going to go for the Chiwen. Do they have a level 9 synchro they can mess themselves up with? That would be kind of nice, not going to lie. They're going to summon out the Naga. They're going to go for the Chiwen. Chiwen go for Bishi. Vasky target the Foot Soldier. This is not good for us. Swanee, do we have a DNA? Oh, no! Nothing could stop the Reptillianne Yang Zing. Big oof. This deck is so hard to beat. Oh, what do we do? this is going to seriously have to go back to the drawing board. We just spent the entire last hour trying to lab out anything that could beat this Yang Zing deck. And we tried a bunch of things and nothing seemed to do it. It seems like the Yang Zing deck has contingencies for everything, and especially considering we can't really test, it's a little bit difficult for us to say, but I think Morphtronics have potential. I noticed that we can run 7 completed against this deck. 7 completed gives one of our monsters 700 attack or defense, and Double pointed out that Morphtronic Force Field is a negate for a destruction effect, of which they have many. And these are pretty good at making Stardust Dragons, so Double pointed out that Scyzon helps us make Stardust Dragon and can put Burrito onto the board, which can also give us another Scyzon to go into Stardust, and suddenly we have a deck on our hands. I think Morphtronic Bind is one of the best cards we have in our pool, and this deck can run all of our counter cards. I'm not sure if this is going to do it, but I think it could. I think our favorite deck of the season could bring it home for us. I don't know if this is confidence or if this is a big prage, but 100% of the vote, save for 10 points put in by one person, goes to the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers being the savior of this series. I have a lot of hope. I love the Morphtronic deck, and I think that Borgerbot has been really successful with it. The question is, can it beat the snakes? Can, as Double put it, the Metal Gears take out Snake? And I hope that it will. There's only one way to find out, though. Let the games begin. All right. Here we go. We're starting off with an L in the rock, paper, scissors. How are they going to open? They're going to open by normal summoning Bishi. That is very helpful for us. Damage equals reptile, not so helpful to us. That does mean they're going to be able to get a Reptillianne. Scopin on the normal summon is not ideal. Scopin doesn't do much on its own, but they aren't activating the damage equals reptiles effect because they don't have a reptile on the board. They're going to go for Elder Entity Hastor. What are we going to do? We're going to do nothing. Those must be destruction stoppers. They've got to be. We're going to activate Terraforming. They're going to Dark Bribe. You know what? We'll take those. We set a monster and we'll pass turn. We really need to hope that a destruction-y card comes out at this point. They're going to search off of the Coatl. They're going to go for King of the Feral Imps. King of the Feral Imps will search for Coatl. The other thing was Lamia. I don't know what any of these cards are. They're going to attack, and it's a second Scopin. We need to get a monster into rotation. If we can get a single Morphtronic on the board, we'll be able to use something like Morphtronic Bind. I suppose we don't have one of those because we haven't set a card in a long time. They're going to add a Nyarla, not Nyarla, the other thing, Nyamia. These things have lost me at this point. There's a Swanee. They're going to go into Melusine. Melusine's going to attack. That's the Morphtronic Selphon. We just have not been able to put a monster on the board because their monsters have been consistently bigger, and we haven't been able to stop their attacks. There's the Nyami. They're going to attack in with Melusine, and we just don't have an attack stopper. We are sitting on so much back row with nothing to do with them. We're going to normal summon Scyzon. Scyzon is going to attack into the Nyami, and they're going to summon another Nyami. Now, Scyzon is interesting. It will shift itself to defense position. I don't know if that's good enough to keep us. They're going to attack. Scyzon will switch itself to defense. Melusine will activate, switching it to 0, and then it will die, and then we will die. Okay, that went. That really went. I'm beginning to lose hope, folks. Game 2. All right, we're going first this time. Morphtronic Max, summon Vidyon, set a back row. Please tell me this is Bind. It is not Bind. They're going to go for Recoil. Coatl normal summons. They're going to attack, and with Coatl, we do not have an attack stop. Where are all of our attack stops? There's offerings to the Snake Deity. Honestly, I'll take it at this point. They're going to... Was that an effect? Oh, Morphtronic Map is what was going on there. There's the Morphtronic Bind. Okay, now we've got something going on. By way of their using offerings to the Snake Deity, we actually have an inroad for this deck. We are going to set a back row, and we're going to pass the turn. They're going to draw for turn. They're going to go to main phase. Chi Wen, they're going to use their Recoil. Recoil destroy the Chi Wen. Chi Wen's effect activates to summon the Pulao. They don't really have much to do here. King of the Feral Imps. Oh, is not a level 4 or higher monster. Oh no, that is a whole Xyz monster. Power creep, really doing nutty things to us. We're going to discard the scope and summon the scope, and we don't have another monster. We can't go into power tool. They're going to go for recoil. Recoil hits the Pulau. Pulau summons from deck the Beyond. Do we have anything to deal with this? They're going to go Yazi. Yazi thankfully takes out the bind here, which was actually a little bit holding us back. The King of the Feral Imps is going to add a Vasky to hand. Vasky does not have a thing to tribute off for it. They're going to go for the Yang Zing path. They're going to draw 2. They're going to summon Lamia. Lamia is a 1300. We really need to be able to summon a we need to be able to do something with our monsters, and we just cannot. This deck is not summoning guys. Recoil is going to destroy the Bishi, summon Coatl. Bishi's effect is going to summon out a Pulau and attack. They're going to synchro into Melusine. They've just got so much damage on the board. I think this might be game on board. They'll attack in. It's not quite. We have 200 left. Where are our monsters? That's an excellent question. Double, there's the engine. 7 completed, does nothing. We could have just had another monster. We could have just had another monster, and we would have been able to do this one. That's brutal. This deck cannot... How do we compete with this deck? No, I'm not letting it end like this. I'm not going another episode where we have to watch this deck play again. We're going to try something new. Well, folks, we've tried to have our fun. But unfortunately, their deck is not allowing us. So it's time to go to the no fun zone. This is no fun. It's literally just called no fun. Lesser Fiend banishes monsters it destroys. Ancient Gear Beast negates the effects of monsters it destroys. Prime Material Dragon negates destruction effects. Naturia Fruit Fly is very funny. It steals monsters with 0 defense, and it reduces your opponent's monsters by 300 attack and defense for each Naturia monster you control. That includes itself. Naturia Spiderfang is just a 2100 guy. It's supposed to sit in attack position and do nothing. That's its whole purpose for existence. Banisher of the Radiance banishes cards. Pashul is indestructible by battle and helps us get into Barkion, which is the only synchro we need. We're going to go Insect Knight as a 1900, and then it's just hate. Destruction Jammer to stop basically everything they've got. Guard Mines to stop basically everything they've got. Black Horn of Heaven. 3 Black Horn of Heaven to try and deal with this. 3 Draining Shield. 3 Slip of Fortune to try and keep our monsters on the board. It's going to be crucial that our monsters survive battles so that we can summon our tribute summonables. Power Frame to give our monsters a little bit of extra attack. Desynchro to put their monsters back into the extra deck. 3 copies of My Body as a shield. A copy of Deck Lockdown. And our premier floodgate here, Summoning Curse. Summoning Curse makes each player banish a card from their hand each time they special summon a monster. This will drain their resources and make it less likely that they can use their cards. I'm hoping that going no fun is going to deal with this, because boy, oh boy, do we need to get out of this deck's rank. Once more unto the breach. I love the amount of faith that folks have in Borgerbot. We've had a Borgerbot favored vote every single time tonight, with 95% of the vote this time again going to Borgerbot. I asked them if no fun will save us once again, as it did all the time back in GX. And 95% of the people are like, yeah, but at what cost? And I feel that the cost is we get this deck out of the way and we can finally move on next episode. Hopefully. Let the games begin. All right, will the floodgates do it? It is a epic war for rock, paper, scissors, but Borgerbot did win. What are we going to open with? They're going to open. They're going to go Yang Zing Prana. They're going to normal summon Pulau. If we have the Banisher of the Radiance, this is an incredible opener for us. We're going to normal summon Naturia Fruit Fly. Naturia Fruit Fly does technically get over the Pulau and gets hit with the Widespread Ruin, sure. They're going to normal summon a Bishi. They now have 2 monsters with 0 attack. This is really spectacular stuff they have going on here, isn't it? We draw for turn. There's Banisher of the Radiance. Banisher of the Radiance takes out the Bishi, and that's great because they used up the Widespread Ruin. Now we are in full control of the board. They summon another Bishi. It is working out for us. God has our best interest in mind. No. Don't sack for Prime Material yet. No, wait. Oh, that's not good. But Prime Material Dragon is great in that it keeps our control over the board. They can keep summoning Yang Zings, but we're always going to be able to stop their destruction effects. And that's the important thing here. We're going to normal summon a Spiderfang, and that's fine. Does Spiderfang activate here? Yes, Spiderfang does resolve because they used a Yang Zing monster. Oh, Let's go. The Chi-Wen used its effect into Yazi and we Blackhorned it away. Get absolutely dumpstered. The Prana gets negated by the Prime Material. Oh, yeah, baby. That's what I like to see. Normal summon Naturia Fruit Fly. We'll attack in. We'll attack in with the Fruit Fly. They're going to damage gate back for a Bishi. We're going to attack in with the Naturia Spider Fang. They're going to summon out a Suwani, and now we can Fruit Fly, steal away the Suwani, get owned, Buckaroony. Oh, that's just until the end phase. Rip. There's a Slip of Fortune. That's great. Slip of Fortune will banish the Fruit Fly, and that'll give us the Suwani next turn, hilariously. We draw for turn. There's the Fruit Fly. Fruit Fly's effect activate. We'll get the Suwani, and this should be the game. We'll attack in with Suwani. We'll attack in with the Prime Material. No, it's not enough because we can't attack with, with the Spider Fang. Hilarious. There goes the Reptillianne Searcher. They're going to search out of Vasky. Now, Vasky doesn't do anything here unless they can do something really big with Recoil. Recoil's effect activates or activates onto the fucking Draining Shield. We will take that Suwani back. We're going to win this. We're going to do it. Fruit Fly, take the Suwani. Let's go. Fruit Fly in for 800 for game. Oh, folks, it feels like it might be happening. It feels like it might be happening. Can it continue to happen in game 2? Yeah, that was pretty fun for no fun. I had a lot of fun with that no fun one. All right. Game number 2. They're going to get to start again. Oh, we're going to start. We're going to start with the normal summon Spider Fang. This is one of our stronger starts because it's harder for them to get over. They're more likely to start setting their monsters, and that's what we want. We're going to normal summon a second Spider Fang. Cool. They draw for turn. They set a monster. Our monsters are too big for their monsters. The Spider Fang. Ooh. We love to see a Prime Material Dragon. Widespread Ruin. Prime Material Dragon. A second Widespread Ruin. A second Prime Material Dragon. Get fucked. We'll attack into the Nyami. Nyami is going to switch the Spider Fang to defense and make it a 0. That's not ideal because we do want that. And this does make it so that they can summon Vasky. Now, Vasky would be hilarious for them to summon, but they're not going to do it. There's the Danglong into Yazi. We do not have the destruction stop for Yazi in Prime Material Dragon. Prime Material Dragon, is going to get destroyed. That's not great. We need more monsters. They're going to go Formula Synchron. They're going to draw a card. They're going to go Bishi into Hastor. Hastor is going to attack. We're going to Slip of Fortune. This does give us our Spider Fang back, which is kind of nice. We're going to Draining Shield the Beyond. That's not really what we wanted to see, but now we have a Spider Fang, and that Spider Fang can get Sword Soul Blackouted. Oh, there's the My Body as a shield. Lovely to see it now. Okay. This is not great. I will admit it. This does not look good for us. This looks pretty bad. But if we draw into a Pashul, we still don't have the Prime Material Dragon, so we're still in trouble. But if we draw into a Pashul and then a monster, we can summon Barkion. There's the Ogdoadic card. That's wild. We're going to set a back row. They're going to synchro into Navy Dragonback. That's actually good for us. That has less attack than it had before. They're going to use their little synchro guy to bring it back. Oh, they can just summon it back. There's the Coral Dragon. Do we have the stop? No, it's Power Frame. We're going to Draining Shield the Coral Dragon. That does keep us alive for a turn. That's nice. And we are going to go to the next turn. Can we draw into Pashul? If we can draw into Pashul, anything's possible. They're going to draw for turn. We're going to activate Coral Dragon. Coral Dragon is going to resolve. Okay, game 2 did not go in our favor. Game 2 went a little problematically, but we are on the play for game 3. We're on the play for game 3. If we get the initiative, we might be able to do this. All right. Normal summon Fruit Fly. Not the ideal opener, but hey, 4 back row isn't bad. They're going to draw for turn. They're going to go for Ramification. Ramification is going to add the Nyami, and then it's going to add Recoil. Recoil Nyami is not great for us. That is the combination that gets us in trouble, but it just set a monster. We could do something with just set a monster. We're going to Widespread Ruin. We're going to My Body as a shield the Widespread Ruin, and we're going to get hit with the Bishi damage. That went great. They're going to draw for turn. They're going to normal summon Beyond. Beyond is pretty small. We're going to Draining Shield. We're going to keep our Naturia Fruit Fly, and they are going to keep their Beyond. We are going to Fruit Fly the Beyond. We're going to Summoning Curse. And then we're going to switch everything to defense position. Great stuff we just got done there. But if they're going to start synchro summoning, we're going to start Black Horn of Heavening. There's the Nyami. Nyami does allow our fruit fly to continue fruit flying. This is especially funny because they can... Oh, I didn't realize that they can recoil. Oh no, wait! Oh no! Oh, that was the worst interaction possible! No way! Oh, I didn't realize that recoil was a quick effect that could target your opponent's monsters. I've never read this card in my life. We get the token. Interestingly, we're going to set. They're going to draw for turn. What can we do with this? They're going to switch to attack. We're going to have the power frame? We're going to draining shield? What could this mean? What could they mean by this? Yang Zing creation is interesting. Unfortunately, Summon Curse is not going to do anything for us here. We're not going to switch the Reptillianne token to attack position for reasons unknown to me. There's the Chiwen. They're going to go Martial Metal Archer. They have nothing to banish with Summoning Curse. Summoning Curse not really coming in handy here. Normally, they have a million cards in hand, but apparently they've just chosen not to have that many cards in hand this time around. They're going to summon back the Nyami. Summon Curse is going to do nothing. They're going to summon Chiwen, or they're going to use Chiwen. That's going to do nothing. We're going to Summon Curse a million times. It sure would be great if they had any damage or cards in their hand for us to hit off of that. They've got the Denglong. Can Denglong synchro into anything? Denglong does synchro into Hastor. Hastor does trigger the Summon Curse, but Summon Curse does jack all here. They're going to just keep summoning cursing. They're just going to keep summon cursing. Surely we have a card in our deck that does something. Surely we have a card in our deck that does something. Maybe Summon Curse wasn't the card. Maybe Summon Curse wasn't going to do it for us. Maybe we needed things that have stopped attacks. Oh, I'm so tired. I'm so tired of this deck. I don't know what happened. We've got to try something. Surely there's something, anything we can do. We're going to try this one more time. Just one more time. We've taken out the summon curses because they just didn't accomplish anything. And we put in Scyzon, which is okay. It's a level 4 tuner and it can change itself to defense position. So even its downside as a Karakuri monster is a little less prevalent. And Flamvel Fire Dog, which lets us get Magician out of the deck so we can summon Stardust. Maybe Stardust will do the trick for us. We've also added Naturia Cliff to make it more likely that we have Spiderfang. Spiderfang plus Pashul equals Barkion, and Spiderfang is just one of our better normal summonable monsters. This is it. Maybe this will get us there. I asked chat if we can do it this time. Maybe it'll finally work. 100% of them, for reasons unknown to me, still say yes. I gave the other options. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results. I don't like that quote, and I'm glad 0% went for it, but it's starting to feel awfully prescient. Let the games begin. All right, starting off with an L in rock, paper, scissors. Does that mean we're going second? Fortunately, no. We're opening with the deck lockdown Banisher of the Radiant set 2 pass. That's about as good as an opener as we can hope for. They're going to set a monster. That's great to see. Let's see if we can draw into one of our bigger guys. I did not realize the deck lockdown had a turn limit on it. Well, we banished a dude, and Pashul got in for 100, so, you know, I've seen worse. They're going to set a monster. We're going to draw for turn. That's turn 2, deck lockdown, accomplished nothing. But there's a lesser fiend, and I feel like it's actually accomplished quite a bit. We've banished all of their monsters so far, and that means that they have nothing to work with. So far, so good. We are going to draw for turn. What are we going to get? We are going to get an Insect Knight. You know what? The pressure is good. We're going to hit into a Naga, and Lesser Fiend is going to go to 0. Fucking bullshit. Reptillianne Vasky activates my body as a shield. Hell, no, not the Dark Bribe. Oh, anything but the goddamn Dark Bribe. That card has messed us up so many times. Oh, now we may not have an out for this Vasky. They're going to go damage equals Reptile. We're going to draw for turn. We're going to sacrifice for Lesser Fiend. We're going to attack over the Pulau. At least we got rid of that. But now there's the Vasky? Do we have destruction dammer? Do we have my body as a shield? Do we have anything? No, we don't. There's the Navy Dragon mech. We do have an out for this in the form of desynchro. Let's see if we draw into it. We're going to go to end phase. We're going to draw for turn. What do we have? What do we have? We have a set monster. Oh boy. There's the Coatl. They're going to attack in. What do we got? It's the Scyzon. They're going to attack in with the Coatl. Okay, it's not looking good for us, folks. There's the Flamvell Fire Dog, though. This is actually pretty decent. Widespread ruin. They've just got everything. They've got everything. We've got nothing. There's the Black Horn of Heaven. Would have been kind of nice to see 2 turns ago. Would have been real nice to see 2 turns ago. There's the attack in. Oh boy, what brilliant card can we draw this time? Oh boy, Yang Zing Creation. Yet another card that's going to help us greatly. Okay, here's the deal. Pashul is not what we have face down. Ha, they attacked for 0, the fools, the idiots. What a terrible deck attacking us for 0. Okay, you know, as long as they don't summon another monster, we're fine. Oh boy, the Draining Shield onto the Sewanee. Click yes, looking better than ever. We're going to draw for turn. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? I mean, every turn that we draw past is a turn toward desynchro, I suppose. They're going to go to battle phase. We're going to have 0 attack stops. We're going to lose game 1. Going to lose game 1. Surely, surely something can get us there. Game 2. All right, at least we should be going first for this one. We're going to draw for turn. Activate the deck lockdown. Turn 1, normal summon Pashul. What an incredible combination we've established here. There's the Coatl. They're going to set 2. They'll attack into Pashul and we'll Draining Shield for reasons I wish I knew. We're going to draw for turn. If we have an Earth monster, we can go for what's his bucket? We can go for Barkion, that's it, or Ancient Gear Beast. Ancient Gear Beast is okay. It's not going to do much into this field, but it can deal with Yang Zing. So they're going to draw for turn. They're going to tribute 2 for Basking. They always have it. They always have it. What do we even do? What are we even supposed to do? Oh, there goes the Pashul. Surely there's a way to deal with this deck. There's gotta be Flamvell Fire Dog attacks. Hold up. Okay, actually, this might be it. Because Flamvell Fire Dog can summon out Magician. Magician can attack into the Chiwen. Chiwen will activate and it'll summon the Bishi. Okay, we're going to go main phase 2. Synchro summon Stardust Dragon. Desynchro our own Stardust Dragon! Oh, well, we still have the Stardust Dragon. We still have it. Desynchro still did its job. Vasky is going to activate targeting the Stardust Dragon. Now Stardust Dragon does sack to use its effect. We do have a Stardust in play. They've got 3 non-tuners on board, all of which have 0 attack. Okay, Stardust is happening. Stardust is on board. We can Stardust Dragon. There's the Scyzon. We're going to attack into Bishi. They're going to get Beyond. We're going to use the Scyzon to attack into Bishi. They're going to use Creation plus Bishi. Bishi summon Bishi. Okay, this Scyzon can survive an attack by Beyond. Yang Zing Path is going to shuffle back 3 and draw 2. Okay, there's Recoil. Recoil's effect. Target Stardust Dragon's effect. Takes out the Recoil. This is great. They don't have any tuners in play. We're going to Scyzon. Switch Scyzon to defense. Beyond is now stopped from attacking. We're going to draw for turn. Stardust Dragon plus damage equals Reptile. Yang Zing Creation is not a problem for us because they'll only chain 1 Yang Zing Creation here. Bishi's effect is going to activate summon Sewanee. Now Sewanee can take out Scyzon, and that's not what we like to see, but will it? That's the question. They'll go to battle phase, they'll take out the Scyzon. Scyzon will attack. Oh, but it can't be destroyed by battle. It'll switch itself to defense and sure, we'll just take a fuck ton of damage. But crucially, Stardust is still in play. We'll tribute summon Ancient Gear Beast. That's incredible. Sewanee is going to use its effect, summon out Bishi. We're going to attack into the other Sewanee, and Ancient Gear Beast will stop the Sewanee from activating. Unfortunately, that does mean that Yang Zing Creation can activate. That's something I had not thought about previously. Pot of Avarice is going to draw them 2. Okay. All right. There's the Naga offering to the Snake Deity. Stardust Dragon. Okay. Naga is in attack position now. That's means we might attack into it, which would not be ideal. Let's draw for turn. What are we going to have? We're going to tribute summon Lesser Fiend. Lesser Fiend doesn't do much. Stardust Dragon sacking off to deal with the Widespread Ruin. Lesser Fiend is going to attack into the Bishi. Creation still triggers somehow. They're on a full field with no tuners on board, though. That's something we really got to keep in mind here. They're going to have to summon a Vasky in order to accomplish anything, and they're just not going to do it. We'll draw for turn. What do we got? We have a set back row. Set back row is great. Stardust is going to deal with Bishi. The creation for Bishi. Lesser Fiend is going to banish the Bishi. Yang Zing creation is going to summon out of Beyond. They still have not summoned another tuner. This is great for us. It means they're not going into one of their big synchros like Yazi. They're going to switch the Naga to attack position. We're going to draw for turn. Banisher of the Radiance is clutch. Now we are going to be taking out monsters from their field, from rotation ASAP. There's the Black Horn of Heaven. We've now dealt with their entire field and most of their cards in deck. We're going to attack in with the Banisher of the Radiance, take 16. Okay, the Banisher of the Radiance is not going to go to 0. I thought that the Naga would activate its effect. It's at the end of the battle phase. Okay, Banisher of the Radiance is a little bit of a liability now. We need to have exactly Slip of Fortune in order to survive this turn. They're going to go into Denglong. Denglong's effect is summon for Pulau. Do we have Slip of Fortune? They're going to go for Navy Dragon Mech. They're going to use the bunch of stuff. Melisete. Okay. There's Slip of Fortune, but it's on the Stardust Dragon. That's about as unideal as possible. Do we have it? No! We were so close. We were so close. Oh. I don't think we can keep going. I don't think we can do it. We were doing so well. Maybe we're just trying too hard. Maybe the next pack will do it. Perhaps Extreme Victory is a prediction for our next week. Perhaps we'll have a plan for next time. And next time, I'll see you there. Go forward in humble confidence, my friends. I hope you have a great rest of your week.